right, guys, here we are. Back on Top Secret Lake S. It is that time of year, the fall and the winter, right when I like to get back on good old Top Secret Lake S. Guys, this may be a true and total grind. Generally, when I'm first approaching a lake, I'm gonna go shallow to deep. But since one of my deep holes are literally, well, it's right about right there. We'll go ahead and look at it first. If we get lucky enough and there's some deep fish there, and oddly enough, I'm gonna say this out loud, I really wanna go shallow fishing today. I wanna do some top water. I'm hoping there's still some fall bite going on this lake. Throw some cranks, throw some swim baits, some underspins, that sort of stuff. But you know, if we get out there and they're just there, we got to fish for them. Now, we'll rig up a Damiki if they are. We'll rig up a spoon. We'll rig up a drop shot, and we'll see exactly what we can do with them. All right, so here's the deal. Still don't know the water temp. I'll check that in a minute. But like I said, we're gonna go out here. We're gonna check spot one. We're gonna graph a little bit. And if we don't see anything favorable, we're jumping right on the big motor. We're gonna hit another spot. We're going down the lake. We're gonna cover some new water. And we're gonna start shallow to deep. We're gonna start working back in a couple of creeks, major creeks that I know hold some pretty good bass. And we'll work from there. All right, so we got, you know, 2, 3 out there deep. I got a spoon and I got a Damiki tied on, so we're gonna go ahead and drop down on them. I mean, you don't know, might be able to pull one up real quick off this point. You know, it's late in the day, I've got a late start, so let's just hit it real quick and then we're gonna move on. Let me go ahead and give you a rundown of conditions while we're fishing here. Water temp is 57.4. Air temp is about 32. It's supposed to actually get up to about 62 today. So it should be a nice day. It's supposed to be overcast. It's going to start out kind of partly cloudy and go to overcast as the day goes on. There's going to be hardly any wind. It's supposed to calm down. We're in pre-front conditions. Supposed to come some rain tomorrow and start snowing. So we'll see what it's going to do. Score right there. Oh, that's funny. All right, guys, well, that is probably my first ever perch ever right there. So that's interesting. Caught him on a crankbait, seen some fish, and you know, just how it is. Off he goes. Okay guys, let me interrupt this section right here and tell you this was a grind. you know, I did what I always do. I got caught up, I found a couple of fish, got that little bite that I missed there. And the fish aren't out there deep the way I'd like them, or at least not on this day. Now I know by in the title you're seeing topwater on Turkey Day, but this was actually 2 days before Turkey Day. Yeah, I wasn't fishing on Turkey Day. My wife would have killed me. Now, all that being said, you know, I did get caught up in the deep stuff. You guys know I love it. I live for it. You know, found fish here and there, but most of them would be 3 fish, 5 fish, just not a lot of numbers, not a lot of big schools. And, you know, they just, I don't think they were still ready. I'm sure you could catch some, and guys that are better at it than me, I'm sure they did catch some out there Damiki rigging. But what I want to show you is, you know, in the fall and early winter, make sure you're covering a lot of water. I'm not telling you to fish fast, I'm telling you to fish a lot of spots. Make sure shad's around. You're about to see what I found in the last hour of the day. How did that thing not come up and eat it? Oh, come on. I don't know how that bunch didn't just, I mean, I left it there. Well, he's a dink. Man, he's feeding. But there's number 2. So let me tell you a little bit about what was going on. I covered a ton of water that day, and I really did want to fish shallow, but what I ended up doing, of course, like I said before, was looking out deep. Now, let me give you a little pre-work to that. Me and Tyrone was out on this same lake about a week before, and we found all kinds of fish out deep. This time, they wasn't there. We looked in the backs of creeks and for topwater. That just wasn't happening 1 week ago. Now all of a sudden, you know, I come around the corner, I come to this one particular creek, this one area where I know if they're going to be hitting topwater, they're going to be there. I was actually coming down there to find an area and film a MTB video. So I actually put all my stuff up, and as I sat in there, I started noticing out in the middle of this creek, and I'm going to show you the map of it right now, the middle of this creek, there were fish busting everywhere. Now, I've seen it before in this creek. It happens all the time, at least once or twice this time of year. Now, for the most part, what I could tell, most of these fish were small. They were smaller bass, but they were over, you know, 80, 90, 100 feet right out in the middle. And you could get out there, and I hate that I didn't get any of this on my graph to show you. And I mean, you could just see them just bunched up down there, and tons of shad, and they would come all the way up to the surface, chasing shad all the way up to the surface. Now, I know there had to be bigger fish around. They were probably down underneath. But you know what's going to happen when you get out there, you've got an hour left, you see this going on, you're not going to waste time getting 20 rods out to try a bunch of stuff. You see them busting, you're going to catch as many of those as you can. Now, I did talk to a guy later in the day, and he was in that same creek. I actually seen him. He left shortly after I got there, and the dude said he had been down there all day. He said he caught like 40. Said the biggest one was maybe 2 pounds, so kind of confirmed that there wasn't any really giants. But I mean, topwater's topwater, and if you can get topwater on Turkey Day, I'll take it any day. All right, guys, as usual, I hope this was a fun video for you, if nothing else. But what I'm trying to tell you, basically, don't put the topwater away until it's late in the year. Sometimes, especially with those smallmouth, you never know what's going to come up. And as always, questions and comments in the comments section below. Let me know what you think about it. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so you get the notifications when these videos come out, so you can watch them. It is so important to watch the videos, because you never know what I'm going to do. And you guys rock.